Hello, Cottingham again. Right, this one is one that I wrote 7 or 8 years ago, I forget now, and it was up in Dunoon in Scotland, a place called Benmore, and it was a songwriting thing we were doing, and it's with Bob Wood and Rosie Mobblebeck. We wrote, the three of us wrote it together, and it was Stan Graham gave her this brief to say, right, big avenue of giant redwoods down there, go and write about them, you know, and a song about them. It's all right. So we had huge, great, massive, great things. And because they are massive, but they've got a lot more growing to do. Because they're not indigenous to this country, so we wondered how they got there and everything. So they must have imported them from the other side of the Atlantic. And now we thought, finding out the guy that built this huge, beautiful place, and I forget what his name now, something like Haig or something like you'd think linked to whiskey and everything. And that's what we were thinking about, this guy, and spending this whiskey money on them. We thought, but then we found out he didn't make it for that. He made his money from sugar, slavery, and he wanted to show off his money, etc. So that's what he was doing. So these things are non-indigenous. He had to bring them in. This beautiful avenue of massive trees to show off everybody. Oh, look at me, I've got pots of money, blah, blah, etc. So, obviously, that how many people died so that he could do that, well, who knows. But that's what it's about. It's called Only Seeds, because they couldn't bring the stuff over in. I don't remember the film, Beauty and the Bounty, and they're bringing these breadfruits back, and the crew didn't have enough water to drink, because we're putting the fresh water to these breadfruits. And when they did have the mooch, and they just chucked all these breadfruit into the sea. Anyway, so rather than bringing plants back, they must have brought them back as seeds and propagated them and grew them on everything. Because now Benmore's a botanical gardens are beautiful up there. They've got all sorts up there. Right, so Only Seeds. Only seeds, signs of sweet prosperity. Seeds, only seeds, just a handful of seeds. My avenue will tower on high, it'll grow so tall it'll reach the sky. And all who see will know my name, these redwoods will secure my fame. Only seeds, signs of sweet prosperity. Seeds, only seeds, just a handful of seeds. Riches made in the land of sun by working folk under lash and gun. Plucked from homes they'll see no more, cane slaves on a foreign shore. Only seeds, signs of sweet prosperity. Seeds, only seeds, just a handful of seeds. Now 2 lines of giant trees stand in silent majesty, reaching up for highland grace in this green and tranquil place. Only seeds, signs of sweet prosperity. Seeds, only seeds, just a handful of seeds. Poised like ranks of marble graves, they stand respectful in this place. Monuments for all to see, to lives that never would be free. Only seeds, signs of sweet prosperity. Seeds, only seeds, just a handful of seeds. Only seeds, exploiting humanity. Seeds, only seeds, just a handful of seeds. Only seeds.